What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Bluff City. This is episode number 10. Today, we're going to be testing these parking lot assets that I made and recording the next episode, which I was doing the medical district. And in recording that episode, there were just a ton of parking lots. And I got so tired of detailing parking lots that I was like, there has to be a better way of doing this. And so I put on my thinking crown and tried to come up with a better way of having the parking lots darker, more detailed parking lots without using the ploppable asphalt. Here you see me doing a building by Honker, who's kind of a new asset creator, and his buildings have really made a lot of progress since he started. This building right here I didn't even plan on using, but I just wanted to check it out. And once I plopped it down, I saw that it really fit for what I wanted to go for the area. Unfortunately, it don't have any doors, so I see a couple of doors, but it doesn't really have like a formal entrance, so I had to fix that real quick. Right here you see me using a new asset that I'm testing, a curb prop extensions, which is basically just the curb prop assets that most of you use anyway without the grass texture. It's just the curb, and there are already a lot of these assets are already currently on the workshop, but I do feel like these are a little bit better than those, and it just never hurts to have more choices and more diversity when it comes to selecting different assets on the workshop. Here you see me using the Sidewalk assets, also by King Leno, but with these curb prop assets, I try to make them, at least one of them I try to make so that it would not have, or it would have minimum glitching as possible. You should see me using that in just a second. But I feel like it's really flexible, much more flexible than other curbs that are currently on the workshop. I also made a grass texture that can be elevated, and I'm still kind of testing that asset. I'm not sure I'm 100% pleased with it. You can see I used the curb prop extension piece right there, but not extensively. Here is the darker parking lot that I'm looking at. And on to something else. I'm doing something else on the time lapse. The main reason for this episode was because I wanted to create a different type of parking lot, whereas you didn't have to create a custom one in-game every time. And the first thing that I'm doing on this episode is creating a custom parking lot in game. So I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing that, but I did want to spend some time detailing this building that I placed by Honker. I'm not sure the name of it. I think it's like maybe the IRS building or something like that. But the parking lots that you will see me use, the darker parking lots, they're really in early testing stage. I don't think that they are appropriate for every situation, because you see when I plop them, and you'll see throughout the video, when I plop them down, when I plop them down, they overlap with the terrain, or the terrain kind of warps the texture of them. And so you have to spend quite some time, well, maybe not quite some time, but a little bit of time elevating them, or kind of playing around with them to get them to not sink into the ground. And you'll see a little bit of that later on in the time lapse. For the curb prop extensions, I also created larger curb prop pieces that I really don't show in this episode. I'm also working on a different set of tile decals as well. Hopefully I will have made some progress on those assets by the time you're watching this episode. So right here you see me trying to detail this parking lot. Here I'm using the curb prop, which I call the curb peel, just because of the shape of it. I really think it's flexible. It's really small, so you can really get some fine detail on it. And what you're seeing in the time lapse, I probably recorded this time lapse maybe about 2 days ago, so this is my first time actually testing these assets, the parking lots and the curb prop extensions. I think it's really flexible. I kind of had a hard time placing it just because I'm not that good with the prop line tool. You see that it's the exact same size as, I want to say, the original curb props, but they're the same size as curb prop 2. So they blend in really well together. I kind of had a hard time finding a situation in which both of them will work together. And, you know, I guess that's because right here I'm just kind of testing things out. I'm not really detailing to be detailing. I'm specifically just playing around with the assets. Here I am using the darker parking lot assets, which are probably my favorites out of the ones that I created and testing for this episode. Actually, I think I had, here's a gray one and I had a darker one. So I really like the way that they look when they do work, but you kind of have a hard time placing them sometimes. I think that, you know, it's an okay alternative to the ploppable asphalt. I don't think that they are a better alternative, but they are an alternative. This parking lot here is lighter gray parking lot. For whatever reason, it's the same size as the larger, darker asphalt parking lot that you see, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't get that one to work. Overall, I wasn't 100% satisfied with the texture on that one. You may not be able to tell from the time lapse because I can't really tell, but it's slightly elevated off the ground, and so I'm using the curb props to kind of hide the edge. In the end, I think I ended up using hedges to hide the edges on that one. Again, I'm just trying to fill some of this area with these parking lots. What motivated me to make these parking lots is because a lot of the area is just filled with parking lots. There's different types of parking lots. There's dark parking lots, light parking lots, new parking lots, old parking lots, cracked parking lots, just all kinds of different parking lots and different textures. And if you haven't watched earlier episodes, you know I'm not really the city detailer, so I wanted to be able to place these parking lots and have decent looking parking lots without spending a whole lot of time on each parking lot. And these parking lots actually function in game. Like I said, I kind of have a little more testing to do on them. Some of them don't have LODs because I didn't want to spend a lot of time making LODs for an asset that I may or may not be satisfied with in the first place. So right here, you see me really struggling with the lighter parking lot Here's a smaller, darker parking lot, which I'm really pleased with too. Again, I'm trying to hide. Actually, I think this one fits pretty well into the ground, but I'm still using curb props too to hide the edges of them. Like I said, I really think these parking lots are an okay alternative. So y'all can leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about them, or do you feel like they would work well in your city, and if you can find a use for them. Here I'm just doing some very basic detailing. Also, you can see that I've kind of come up with a corner decal for the sidewalk decal texture that I uploaded. And I also plan on releasing a couple of more different corner decal textures, you know, once I just get the time. Here you see me, I'm trying to use the curb peel to create a custom shape, and it's not really necessary on this corner. I could have used one of the existing curb props. I just really wanted to test the new curb. I don't really think I did a good job at it, but I'm sure someone could do a lot better job than I could. Here is a curb grass asset that you can elevate, and so I'm just kind of moving that around to fill in the area between the curbs. Again, I really think I could have just used the original curbs to get the same effect, but I'm really just trying to test things out. Here you see me doing a really smooth curb with the curb peel, and like I said, I'm really satisfied with that one. I'm not too sure about the grass assets. I do feel like it may be useful when you're using a bunch of different curb props and you want to fill in areas. Here is something that I'm not too sure that I'll keep. I was just kind of playing around and wanted to do more testing with the curb prop peel. I'm using a Metro 31 sign and some more apartment buildings just to fill in some space. And again, that was my main thing with trying to create these parking lots, is to be able to fill up a lot of space without a whole lot of effort, and to really be able to fill up a lot of land. Here I'm struggling with the Detroit fire station and placing the parking lots around them. And like I said, you really have to place these on completely flat land. I don't think they will work for every situation, but for the situations in which they do fit, they work really well. At least I think so. So I just wanted to check in with y'all and let y'all know what I've been up to and the things that I've been working on in the past couple of weeks. If you haven't noticed, I've had a ton of different assets out on the workshop. So let me know what y'all think about the curb prop extensions and the parking lots. Again, the darker parking lots I'm really satisfied with. The other ones not so much. But y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Next episode I'm really excited about. I'm working on the medical district, and I'm really happy with the way things are turning out for that one. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see all of y'all in the next episode.